HowsMyRolling.net.
You're listening to your man Ameer on HowsMyRolling.net. Check it out any time of the day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Log in, get in tune, and get glued to it.
So what was life like for you at an early age?
Abnormal, normal. You understand? As far as like, you know, I didn't like really, I don't want to give like the typical BS story about everybody talk about. You know, I think a lot of us came from the same well of water. So when I say as far as like, so to try to sell that water back to the people that we all came from is kind of ridiculous. So I will say that life for me, like when I was pretty young, was pretty much I come from a Jamaican / Southern heritage. You understand what I'm saying? So I think that I was sort of.
Now, what artist actually fuels your drive to stick with the dream of yours, to stick with music? That's what I want to do. What artists actually fueled that drive and influence your passion?
As far as passion, I really can't say artist per se. Actually, I'm gonna say one because of his story. I'm gonna take you back to John Coltrane when I read about him, and I'm gonna say Bob Marley. Bob Marley got shot, right? And people, I don't think a lot of people know the story. And like 2 days later, or several days later, I want to say, he still performed fresh. With the wound was pretty fresh, and he was still performing. John Coltrane was searching for this thing called a blue note. It was a note that people say was majestic. If you ever played the note, it had the power to heal human sickness. Now, to what degree of truth is in that, I don't know. But he played the horn on his deathbed. Like, he went out. People have like a damn near shrine in California for this man. So it's like, but if you don't know your music, you wouldn't know these, like, you know what I'm saying? This is not hip-hop. This is just music. Like, I love music. So I would definitely say a lot of my influences came from outside of hip-hop, per se, because a lot of the music I do is fusion. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you listen to it, you can hear the influence from different
genres.
So, yes, ma'am. So, it's been like those two guys. And as far as hip-hop, I would definitely say anybody. And those are like two of my, like, points of reference that I really, really, really reference, and I hold those two guys in high regard. But I can honestly say I've been influenced by everything, good and bad. Artists that you never heard and artists that we know, as far as everybody from Jay-Z to whoever, you know what I'm saying? Because I always learn what I didn't want to do or I do want to do, and how I want to sound and how I don't want to sound. So I tip my hat to any artist that ever picked up a pen or mic and tried to express themselves, because to do that alone displays a certain level of courage and self-confidence. So I definitely got to say that, you know, but those two guys left like a fingerprint on my mind when it came to music. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I would definitely say those two people.
Okay. Now, you're a lot different from other rap artists. You pride your music on lyrics, and from actually listening to a couple of your songs, I can tell that you don't sound or actually say anything like the new artists do. So what do you think separates you from new artists lyrically, from the newer artists out?
And this is not a cheesy answer when I say this. Do not take this wrong. People like you who believe in the new sound, help me to become, because you're what I would call an opinion leader. People like you lead other people's opinions. So in the fact of you saying your man is different, give him a chance or listen to him, he really is different than the rest of these cats. You already plant that seed of difference in their mind. So by you doing that, this is not like a philosophical answer. This is really a true answer. Like this, like by you planting that seed, is anybody that ever took a chance to interview me or to even take interest in my story, and me take interest in yours, and you know the support, because I appreciate it. So I would say that's the first initial step to separate me from the other guys. And as far as everything else, it's almost like I would definitely say I do pride myself on those things, but that's more of an organic thing. It's like naturally anybody with any sense of self-worth or like will pride themselves on that. But I write each song honestly, and people think I'm bugged out. I said this before. Like, I look at it like this. Say if God was in the front row, right, looking at you perform. How many artists do you really think will be proud to say what they're saying if he was in the front row looking at you knowing that you're fine?
Not many.
So exactly. So that's how I approach my stuff. Like, I approach it like, okay, if I said this, If he was sitting right there in the front row looking at me in physical form, staring at me like Ameer, cut it out.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean keep it real like, I mean, we all can keep it real, but I'm talking about really keeping it real. Like, can you stand on that? Can you stand on your words and your actions musically if you were under that, if you were under that microscope? So that's how I approach it. And I think that's one of the biggest things that automatically separate me, because I approach it with that, I would say I just approach it like that. It's just, I don't know.
Right, and I definitely compliment you on that.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Now, elaborating a little bit on that, does it feel to you that too many new artists are doing the same thing, talking about the same things, doing the same thing?
You said, does it bother me?
No. Do you feel that too many are doing the same thing, too many artists?
Yeah, of course. But there's a science behind that. You know that. I know you know. You're smart. I definitely know you know. But I'm going to tell you what. Yes, the answer is yes. And the reason for it is yes, but the reason for it is because people emulate success. That's human nature. When people see somebody else be successful at something, they try to take a piece of it, or like, okay, he became successful with a white tee. I'm going to put a black tee on with a patch on the arm. Yeah, I'm going to do that. But you still got on a T-shirt. You understand what I'm saying? But the thing is, they emulated it, but they probably try to, you know what I'm saying, they try to freak you like, I'm wearing T-shirts, but my shit is black with a patch. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they emulate success, and that's just human nature. Everybody does it. If you look at marketing companies from the top shelf to the mom and pops people, everybody emulates success because they feel like if they can do it, I can do it better, or I'm going to throw a little bit of salt and pepper on it and serve it back to the people. So that's the reason why a lot of the artists do that, and a lot of the times it's because they don't really have a strong sense of self or the musical integrity or personal integrity to sit there and be like, I'm gonna be me and feel comfortable doing it. Instead of like, okay, I got a deal. The A&R said I can't put out this record because it don't sound like Drake, or it don't sound like Jay-Z. It don't sound like Kanye enough. Or this ain't playing on the radio. You need to do a Black Eyed Peas kind of joint. You want to get that pop money. So people emulate it. And that's the reason why, like, they never really reached that pinnacle, like that. I would just say that they never reached that air that they really grabbing for. They never really leave the ground because they never took the time to be themselves, realizing that the music is just a vehicle and people are actually buying into you as a person. And the music just fuels the fire for them buying into you as a person.
Now, what artists have you worked with, and who would you like to work with in the future?
I work with a few people, producer-wise. It's a pretty decent list now, I guess. I guess from, of course, everybody know that I work with the HeatMakerz. I'm gonna say them. I did a record where Ice-T never really surfaced. AZ, CL Smooth. Did an Erykah Badu record. I just recently did a record with Family. That I haven't got the Pro Tools session back for yet. But, yeah, I sent them a record. He's jumping on that. I wrote a few of the records for a few of the people in, mid of, like, September, October 2009. I submitted a few records. I haven't got any word back, but, from everybody, we just been writing records. You're listening to your man Ameer on housemyrolling.net. Check it out any time of the day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Log in, get in tune, and get glued to it.
And now you're still pretty young. What path do you see your career headed?
I was talking to my man Dan G about that last night. I feel like as far as my team and, Crash, everything from Crash to the Surrealist to my own personal, goal, success, J, whatever, sometimes hats are chosen for you. And things are just, you're pretty much born to do certain things.
Right.
Some people find out early in life. Some people find out when it's too late. Some people never find out. So I just feel fortunate that I did find out. Even if I have to boss up and help run a company, I could do that. With what I know now, if you'd asked me that 3-4 years ago, I probably would tell you no. But I'm saying, as far as starting a company out, and pushing forward, I feel like I know that I have the know-how to initially get that off the ground, and everything else is just going to be trial and error like everybody else did.